Hello, everyone. This is Bram Sports on this Friday, July the 25th, 2025. And let's get started with the information. I am your host, Brandon Ramos. And let's start with the MLB. Only 5 games on the schedule on Thursday. We start with the Baltimore Orioles, who beat the Cleveland Guardians 4-3, a 3-run first inning for the Orioles. Got, of course, things started. Ramon Laureano with a 2-run home run, his 14th home run in the season. And then a shout out to Guardians player Steven Kwan. He had a couple of home runs in this ball game. Unfortunately, not enough for Cleveland to win the ball game, but Steven Kwan still a great performance for him in this game. The Toronto Blue Jays beat the Detroit Tigers 11-4, a 5-run sixth inning and a 4-run seventh inning were huge for the Blue Jays in this ball game. Starting pitcher Eric Lauer went 8 innings and 6 strikeouts in this game, and Ernie Clement a 3-run homer, his 5th home run of the season, was huge, and Toronto wins big on the road. The St. Louis Cardinals win a close one against the San Diego Padres 9-7. A 6-run second inning was huge for the Birds. Brendan Donovan, a 3-run home run in this game, his 9th homer of the season, and another 3-run home run, this one courtesy of Wilson Contreras, his 14th homer of the season for him, and the Cardinals win this game. The Athletics beat the Houston Astros 5-2. Luis Urias, a former El Paso Chihuahua, hit a solo home run in this ball game, his 8th homer of the season. And starting pitcher Luis Severino went 7 innings, 8 strikeouts, and the Athletics win on the road. The Seattle Mariners beat the LA Angels 4-2. It was all courtesy of home runs. Julio Rodriguez, a solo home run for him, his 15th of the season. Randy Arozarena, a 2-run homer, 19th of the season. And Jorge Polanco, a solo home run for him, his 16th of the season. And heading into the weekend here, the standings. Let's start with the American League East, where the Toronto Blue Jays lead with 61 wins, 42 losses. The New York Yankees in second place, 56-46 on the season, 4.5 games back of the lead. The American League Central has the Detroit Tigers on top with 60 wins, 44 losses. They don't have the best record in the majors anymore. However, still up big in the division. Cleveland, and even 51 wins, 51 losses for them. 8 games back of Detroit, where the Tigers had a huge lead in the division and slowly trimming is the lead for the Tigers. The American League West has the Houston Astros on top, 60 wins, 43 losses. Seattle 55-48, 5 games back of the Astros. In the National League East, the New York Mets with 59 wins and 44 losses lead the division. Philadelphia just a half game back of the Mets, 58 wins, 44 losses. In the National League Central, Milwaukee leads by 1 game with 61 wins, 41 losses. Chicago Cubs right behind them, 60-42 on the season. And in the National League West, the LA Dodgers still leading with 60 wins, 43 losses. San Diego 55-48, 5 games back of the lead. And let's also look at the wild card standings in the MLB. Let's start with the American League, where the Yankees have the first wild card spot, Seattle sitting in the second wild card spot, and in third, the Boston Red Sox. So the Yankees are a couple games ahead of Boston for that first wild card. Seattle is a half game ahead of Boston for the second wild card. Then Tampa Bay and Texas are the first teams outside looking in. They both have a 53-50 record, a game and a half back of Boston for that final wildcard spot in the American League. And in the National League, the Chicago Cubs hold the first wildcard spot. Philadelphia sitting in the second wildcard spot, and San Diego hanging on to the third wildcard spot, where division rival San Francisco are the first team outside looking in the National League wildcard standings. one game back of the Padres. And let's go now to the WNBA, the latest scores in the league. Let's start with the Atlanta Dream, who beat the Phoenix Mercury 90-79. Alicia Gray, the leading scorer in this ball game, with 28 points. The Dream win the ball game on the road. The Los Angeles Sparks beat the Connecticut Sun 101-86. Kelsey Plum, 30 points for her. And her teammate Tarika Hamby, a double-double with 20 points and 11 rebounds. The Indiana Fever beat the Las Vegas Aces 80-70. Kelsey Mitchell, 21 points for her. And a pair of players with double-doubles. You got Natasha Howard with 18 points, 13 rebounds, and Aaliyah Boston with 13 points and 10 rebounds. And you also had the Seattle Storm, who demolished the Chicago Sky 95-57. Seattle had 6 players in double digits, and Skylar Diggins on top of everybody with 21 points. And let's take a quick look at the standings in the WNBA. The Minnesota Lynx sit on top with 21 wins, 4 losses. New York 3.5 games back, 16-6. Phoenix 5 games back of Minnesota, 15-8. Seattle sitting in 4th place, 15-10. Atlanta just a half game back, 14-10. Indiana in 6th place with 13 wins, 12 losses. Las Vegas in 7th place with 12 wins, 12 losses. And a quick note on the Golden State Valkyries with UTEP minor alum El Paso native Kayla Thornton. They will play on Friday. They will be hosting the Dallas Wings. And a quick note on Kayla Thornton: she is averaging 14 points per game, 7 rebounds, and we hope she has an excellent second half of the season. Again, an all-star this season. And let's take a quick note on some soccer. Let's start with the MLS All-Star game, where MLS took on Liga MX, and MLS got the win 3-1. And both leagues will resume league play on Friday. More soccer. The UEFA Women's Euro semifinal number 2 between Germany and Spain occurred on Wednesday, where Spain got the win 1-0 in extra time. So both semifinals matches were amazing. And so the final is set to be a good one. England taking on Spain. The final of the UEFA Women's Euro on Sunday. And in the CONMEBOL Women's Copa America, Argentina defeated Ecuador 1-0. Uruguay defeated Chile 3-0. That means Group A action is done, where Argentina finished on top of the group with 12 points. Uruguay finished second with 7 points. Chile finished third with 6 points. And Group B will finish its action on Friday with Brazil taking on Colombia and Paraguay taking on Venezuela. Brazil is already qualified to the semifinals, so Colombia, Venezuela, and Paraguay will play it all to get a spot in the knockout stage. And let's take a quick look on the El Paso Chihuahuas. They played a game on Wednesday against Sugarland, where the Dogs got the win 5-2. On Thursday, though, Sugarland got the win 7-2. So 3 more games in this series. Right now, the Chihuahuas 14-10 in the second half of the minor league season, and in this series they lead it 2-1. And the El Paso Locomotive FC will be in action on Saturday in USL Jägermeister Cup action, taking on Union Omaha. And we're reaching the final matches of this cup, so a huge match for the El Paso Locomotive FC to get some points and get right back at it in group play. They will play again on Saturday night, 6 p.m. El Paso time, and we hope Locomotive can get 3 points, very important, on the road. And that's going to do it for Bram Sportes on this Friday. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, I am your host, Brandon Ramos, and we'll see you next week.